I often get the question, what does a life worth remark mean? It was this idea I came up with in 2023. I was really trying to consider and build principles for my life to be built on, and trying to write those down and cast a vision for my life. And I wanted to publish a blog and talk about life and impact others, to care for others well, to try to offer wisdom. A life worth remark was the phrase that I came up with when I was considering my own mortality. You see, at the end of life, people gather and they celebrate your life. They attend a funeral. And a few people will get up on stage, they're going to hold a mic, and they're going to share a few remarks. They're going to give a few words about the impact that you had on their life. A life worth remark is saying, I want to live a life that is worthy of the remarks somebody's going to share. I want to give people something of value to say. I want to leave an impact and have a legacy where people stand up and say, yeah, that man had an impact on my life. And it starts with my wife and my kids, my community around me. A life worth remark is living this principled life, this steady life that says, I care for people well. I choose to impact them with my time and my energy. It's a life where I allow myself to learn things. I humbly admit my own faults and insecurities so I can grow. I choose to do things of impact and intentionality because I know that at the end of my life, those are the things that matter. I want to give people something to say. I want to give people something valuable to share with others, to say, yeah, Matt had an impact on me. And that impacted my life. And now the truth is, I'm 32 years old. I don't know what that looks like every single day. I get as many days wrong as I do right. But I do think I've impacted some people in my life so far. And I do think my heart is in the right direction. It's in the right posture. And I hope to be able to share that with people. Previously, I've only done blogs, and I wrote a book, and I've done short-form content, TikToks and Reels. And I've been able to connect with a lot of different people that way. I say a lot relatively. But in some recent conversations with some individuals I've come across with, or some individuals I was able to reconnect with, some people encouraged me to return to some long-form content. A couple people asked me about a podcast I was a part of previously. We only put out 5 episodes. Me and my brother, we hosted a podcast where we just talked about a lot of the content I talk here. But one of the individuals offered me some suggestions and advice in terms of long-form content. He encouraged me to start a YouTube channel and actually start that as the long-form content and let a podcast flow out of that maybe. But that long-form content has some greater success on YouTube. So here I am. And it's going to align closely with my blog. It's going to match up with everything that I'm saying. But this is just another chance for me to connect with and engage with the virtual community. I don't think we have to use social media to impact the world in this day and age. Some people believe that's true. You have to use social media. But I do think there's opportunity here. And I'm very guarded with some of my boundaries, and sometimes I hold those better than others. But I think there's an opportunity to let my impact and the legacy I'm leaving and my heart for people show online. I want to live a life worth remark. I want to give people something to say. So might as well share it. Might as well share the principles that I'm choosing to live by, the lessons I'm learning in life. Specifically, I hope to connect with dads, husbands, men, people of faith. Those are the people that I feel like the things I'm going to say, you'll be able to connect with. You'll be able to hear it and grow from it. And if one of those doesn't fit you, it's not that you can't be here, but I think you'll find a lot of content that's valuable to you here as well. But you'll see a lot of it goes back to being a man. What's it mean to be a man? What's it mean to be a dad who's present and engaged? What's it look like to be a husband who's as flawed as anybody, but chooses to try to be better at loving his wife? What's it look like to be a person of faith, a faithful person in principle, but also a person driven by my faith in Jesus, and letting him direct my steps? We'll see how this goes. But thanks for being here, and glad to have you.